Hello, Twin Cities. We are back at it this week and excited to have you here with us on your Saturday. If you're new to the Connect Show, each week you can find us right here on the CW Twin Cities, talking about business and success tips each week. I'm Natalie Cargyle with my boss babes. You know this is confusing, right? All of my boss babes, my business besties. Good morning, ladies. Ali Nanny, Lasha Radis, Michaela. How y'all doing today?
Good, how are you?
The weather is gorgeous, so
Yes.
I feel like that is sparking my mood.
Yes, Allie. You guys need it. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I just, the snow, I got to take a look at your set, Allie. I'm like, there's still snow. Good grief.
It's
Man.
melting.
You've got a good topic we're going to get into.
Yes, so many beauty tips and tricks. We're seeing a huge surge in plastic surgery. So from my time, the big thing used to be breast augmentations, but now it seems like it's all about the booty. So how do you ladies feel about this? And when is it just too much?
I don't know. I think it's too much when they look like ants walking around. They've got these tiny little thighs, big rump. I'm all about getting a little junk in the trunk, right? I'm not against it, but like, balance, ladies, balance.
Right. I agree.
Well, oh my gosh. Did you all, I'm sorry, Allie, I think I'm cutting you off. Did you all see the video that went viral with Michelle? So she actually had, oh my gosh, talk about drop dead and dying. She had her silicone implants removed. And I think that's kind of like the first thing, like silicone, they say don't do that. You should do like saline if you're going to do something, or do a fat transfer. I've never done any of this, but I just read. Well, long story short, she took out her butt implants and was doing a little dance on social, and the skin fell out. And it was like, you could see, I mean, you guys are going to have to find it and Google it, but it's like, whew, do you really want to be living life like sitting on something that's not real and, you know, having to go back in? Because I feel like Kim K has had to have 99 repairs on that. I don't think that, you know, I think she got to go back in and get a tune up every now and again. What do y'all think?
Hey, whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, if it's going to boost your confidence, by all means do it. But sometimes it's just a little too much. And like Lasha said, balance is everything.
Yeah. I'm here for it if it looks good. And
do it for yourself and not a guy. I hope that's not why we're doing this booty craze. No.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think that you know, putting effort towards like working out and trying those things first to see if you can get that. Cause I feel like half the time people can kind of get somewhat close to those end results, but I'm for whatever makes you feel good and just make it look natural. Cause like Lasha said, when you're walking around looking like ants, the thighs gotta match the booty. It gotta look right.
That's
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, coming up next, have you named your alter ego? I have. Every mom has. So learn all about Mama Aji after the break.
Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
If I'm taking care of my business, and you are over here in my business, yeah, who is taking care of your business? Oh, you see now.
Well, welcome back to the Connect Show, Twin Cities. So our next guest, OMG, yes, let's get all the way into it. It's Ida. Welcome to the show, Ida. I am like your Instagram social media stalker. You keep me cracking up. And if you're not following this sensation, you should be. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
You are so quiet and modest and calm here on these airwaves, but y'all got to take it to her Instagram. So for those that don't know you, your name is Ida, but you have this alter ego called Mama Aji. So take us back to the beginning, before the fame, the collaborations. You're making money now on your own terms through your entrepreneurship. How did all this get started?
Yeah, so it all started because I was working at a job that I didn't want to do for the rest of my life. And I was like, okay, what can I do? So I started doing stuff on the side, just like everyone else. but everyone was hopping on TikTok. So I was like, okay, let me give this a shot. And so I hopped on there doing mom content, which, was going slow. And then I birthed Mama Aji through a video about my daughter napping, and that's how it began.
Aji, I want to touch on a couple of things here because we're leaving out some things that I think are important in your story. Now, back to this corporate job that you did not love, right? You wanted to do something else. You wanted to transition in another way, but you felt like while you were working with a lot of these co-workers, they weren't respecting you. They weren't, having a professional kind of relationship with you, and you wanted to kind of tell them off, let them know this, let them know that, but you kept it professional. And through this journey, you were able to find another voice to speak those things that maybe Ida wouldn't say. Is that right?
So I wouldn't necessarily say that those coworkers specifically at this job were the inspiration for what Mama Aji talks about, including the recent video. But I would say just life situations, from divorce and finding out I'm pregnant right after, from issues with people, sometimes my fault, sometimes their fault. There was just this understanding of being truthful while being graceful at the same time, being respectful and honoring while also being upfront and putting the boundary lines very clear. And so Mama Aji kind of helped me really voice my naughty side, my feisty side, my fierce side, my also my nurturing side. She's so nurturing, and she'll cut you after she's nurturing.
Love it.
And I want to know a little bit more about these collaborations that you are spearheading. How do you get these companies to notice you? Right? Because I know you have a large following now. Let's talk about growing that following. I think you're at 60,000+ on Instagram. And I know your TikTok is crazy too. How do we get these collaborations going and create income off our excellence?
Yeah, and receiving free products is always a blessing, but we do want to get paid so that we can pay our bills. And so I would say before an influencer even thinks about a brand, they can have them in the back part of their mind, but they need to start cultivating not just a following of numbers, but a following of people that they love and that they care for. And those people know that, and they're here for the long haul. And that's actually what I do. I also coach and teach people how to build up a beautiful community, not just followers, but brands are looking for that. So when a brand sees you and you are talking about that brand, that's something to do. You should definitely have a list of brands that you want to work with and then show them off. Talk about that industry. If you love coffee, talk about coffee. If you want to work with a Hawaiian coffee company, reach out to them, and then they'll already see that you're doing the work. And they'll love the work that you're doing, talking about coffee, but then they also want to know about the connection you have with your audience so that you can introduce them to your audience. And it's such a beautiful thing, not just an ad. We don't want ads. We want communication relationship.
Well, how can people find you?
Oh, yeah, you can find me To Every Mom on YouTube, Instagram, and also on TikTok. And also, if you would love to work with me, I'm ida.toeverymom@gmail.com. And for any of my merch, like the Mind Your Business Club, please go to www.toeverymom.com.
We got to get into this minding your business. I always say, if you are minding someone else's business, who's minding yours? That part. Now, here's what you do. And this is the first sketch that I had seen of yours. And I'm so glad we have you before Saturday Night Live and all these other places, because that's the future, right? Amen.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Let's put it in the air.
Or solo show.
Yes, that part. That's right. You got the vision. So Michaela's Instagram is Minding Michaela. So I'm always talking about minding your business. I love to mind my business. I have 1,000 things to do. How can I mind your business? I got things to do. So Michaela, I would love to kind of start this minding your business segment. Talk about the power of minding your business, because that's the first sketch or skit that I saw of yours. Hilarious. Why is minding your business important?
The thing is that I would say this, and I'm joking, but it's true, that every person that's minding their business, their credit score is going up. Because the thing is hallelujah. Because the thing is that if you're so focused on either what other people are saying about you or even what they're doing, you're not building this beautiful life that we're here to build over 100 years, hopefully. And also, for those that are not minding their business and they're in yours, you can clearly stand up for yourself and say, excuse me, a minute, please go and handle your own business, because right now I'm handling mine, and you're missing out on your beautiful life. So please, yes, proceed.
Mind your business.
You say it so much nicer than I would.
Yeah,
I agree. People think that they have to have be an entrepreneur or something like that to mind their business, but you are your business, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first step.
So good, you guys. Make sure to follow Mama Aji at To Every Woman on Instagram
To every mom.
and all the places. Yes, to every mom. I'm sorry, to every woman. It's Women's History Month. We're shouting out women, and we have so much more to come. Make sure you stick with us because the candle curator, Shontelle Flowers, she joins us next, and she is sharing how her love for soy candles actually turned into the business of her dreams. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, Twin Cities, to the Connect Show. And, you know, I'm excited. If you are a creator, you will love our next guest. Let's welcome her to the show. We got Miss Shontelle in the building. Hi. Hi, girlfriend. So happy you're here. Following your dreams, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, you say you always loved working with your hands, but you didn't consider yourself creative until you got into candles. So talk a little bit about how this world of candles really changed everything for you. How'd you get started?
Well, I got started in about 2012 when I had a family member that was very creative. She was kind of like the person I looked up to when it came to creativity. And she made her own candle, and I thought it was very, very exciting to know that she went to a candle making class, made her own candle. And I love candles, but I didn't feel like that was something I was going to take on as a hobby because I was in grad school. So I was like, well, I can't do that now. I have too much on my plate. So fast forward to 2014, around that time, social media, Facebook is really ramping up. And so I saw other people, they were making candles, they were making soy candles on top of that. So I really tapped into my passion and then decided I got this extra time on my hands. Why don't I try it for myself? Bought the materials, bought the supplies to make candles, and it kind of started from there. And it became, eventually it just turned into what it is today, a business.
I have a lot of your candles. I love your stuff. I've been ordering for about a year now. Talk about your best sellers. Which one are your best sellers, and how do you choose what scents that you're going to go with?
Well, my best sellers are the tropical scents, coconut peach and morning citrus. Coconut peach is made with coconut and peach. That's typically that's the customer fave. Everyone loves that one because of the combination of the two scents. That's actually the first candle I made was that scent. It smells delicious. It smells really good, and it's very reminiscent of summer. Really, it's a very light scent, but it's very also it does fill your space. And then morning citrus is our actually grapefruit and mangosteen, and that one is really the one that, especially when I do my shows, face-to-face vendor shows, they smell it before they see me, and so they smell the candle, and they absolutely love it because it's a very citrus. It's a citrusy scent, and I think because citrus is known to make people happy, that when they smell it, they immediately get like ecstatic over it. But it's a really good smelling scent, very light, very fresh. So if you're a person that likes citrus scents, those two scents are the ones. And so most of my customers like citrus. So those love that.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes a scent can bring you back to like, you know, a good time in your life. Or you're saying summer, which is everybody's favorite, especially Minnesota. But I've been hearing that you say that candles are kind of a mental escape for you. We hear that a lot from creators, and the creative process can ease their minds. And I know that from a personal standpoint, I'm that same way when I'm doing my own services. I feel like it kind of takes you away from the computers and the busy life, and you can just kind of focus. But we'd love to hear more about that and what it means to escape for you.
Candle making is therapeutic because, for one, I enjoy it. It's not a complex process. It's a process that also makes me mindful. I'm slowing down, and I'm actually mindful of what I'm doing. Anything from pouring the wax, that's relaxing. Watching the wax melt, stirring it, and then also my favorite part is the scent combination, because scent is tied to memory, and then it also stimulates our feelings and emotions. So I get really happy when I make scents that smell good, and also knowing that the finished product and what the intent is behind that.
I love that. I need a few of those for like my bath time. That's
Yes.
Okay, so how can we shop with you? Where can we find these candles?
You can find me, our candles, at www.flowessence.com. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Flowessence, and Facebook also on Flowessence.
Stay with us. Our next guest is sharing tips for hairdressers everywhere. Are you doing hair, or do you have a business? More on that next.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Hi, I'm Natalie Morrow, founder of Black Fashion Week Minnesota and Twin Cities Black Film Festival, and you are watching the Connect Twin Cities.
All right, Twin Cities, happy Saturday. We are warming up right in Minnesota, and that means we're ready for spring. We're ready to be cute, right? All the things, right? All things hair. And I'm excited for our next guest. She's a hairstylist that goes by the name of JB, and she is joining us this morning. What's up, girlfriend? All right, Jay, you're here. So I love this conversation with you, Jay. You are sharing how you went from just doing hair to actually building a business. And there is a difference. And I love this awakening, because I think as entrepreneurs, a lot of people really shift into their excellence, right? And you've definitely shifted into yours. So welcome to the show. Talk a little bit about this transition.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. So with that, I grew up in I grew up in the salon. My father was a stylist. I've been doing hair for about 19 years. And so I've apprenticed to some of the top stylists across my career, including my father. And because of that, I was able to refine my craft and build my business and learn more about what true entrepreneurship is. That journey led me to specializing in color and natural hair. I'm affectionately known in the Twin Cities as the Color Queen.
All right.
Some might also call me a curator of confidence. And so that led to me becoming the owner of the JB Experience. I did create that space in order to for women to feel free to just be. So you can be bold or be badass. You can be beautiful, but just be unapologetically you.
Let's get into the transition of truly becoming a business, like Natalie said, not just doing hair, but being the business. And, you mentioned that your mom really supported you and your kids, but you could really get out there and get focused. Tell us about how important it is to have like a network of support when you're, kind of getting out there and trying to get things going.
It makes the difference in actually, making your dream come true, I believe. My mom was there for me when I needed to, sit down, strategize, focus on pouring in everything, all of my strength, all of my attention into making this business work. Like I told Natalie, I was chasing a check forever and going back and forth, and I was not happy with the corporate world. But it takes time to build a clientele, and so You know, a lot of people don't have somebody that's going to say, hey, let me come and help relieve you of some of that financial burden, you know, so you can focus on your dreams, so you can build this business. And I was very fortunate to have that with my mother. So.
Well, I really enjoyed some time in that salon of yours. Before you moved to the big fabulous suite, you and I hung out and I left there so inspired. I'm so happy to have you here on the show because I know personally you're out here winning, you're doing big things, and I'm so happy for you. But what do stylists at home right now that are just doing hair? What do they need to know? What tips can you share with them?
Well, thank you so much, Lasha. We had a fabulous time, and you really inspired me to get this space if we want to keep it a buck, right? You told me, girl, go for it. So, my biggest tip for stylists that are at home, the thing that set me apart was apprenticeship. I apprenticed under some of the top elite stylists in the Twin Cities, and that is how I was able to hone my craft. A lot of times people want to jump out of school or just jump off the porch, and they have no guidance, no leadership, and they're just kind of, you know, making a way as they go, not understanding that they could really be doing more damage than harm. So that way, if you get up under a stylist, and they're able to teach you their ways and teach you the business and teach you how to, you know, work with clients and rebooking and just strategizing, then that way you can take your time and build yourself up under that person before you just jump off the porch, as some would say. Yeah.
I agree with that because I feel like so many people now are just so eager to have their own business, but they're not taking the time to properly, yes, they're not apprenticing, they're not going under people because they have this huge ego that they're like, I want my own thing. Why would I be under someone else? And it's so important to learn from people who have been through it because no matter what, at the end of the day, like they're going to know a lot more than you know.
That's right. Allie, you hit it on the head. I want to jump in there right on that. And that's it. You know, you've got to be willing to learn. I've spent so many hours working for free, learning from amazing people. And, you know, that's why you are where you are. You were willing to make those sacrifices for today. And people got to get that. That's step one.
Totally.
Yeah, you got to humble yourself. Absolutely have to humble yourself in order to become that big boss. You got to start somewhere. So, you know, you are killing the hair game right now. So how can people reach you, Jay? How do we make an appointment with you? You know, and we also want to know what's trending for the fall. So hook us up.
Okay, so to make an appointment, you would book online at www.thejb Experience. That's JAIB. So the JB Experience. You can find me on all social media under the same name. Facebook is JBag Jones, and then Instagram, TikTok is the JB Experience.
Yes, go get that experience. Love it, JB. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Are you ready to transform your body in just 30 minutes a day from your living room? I'm Tracy Campoli, the creator of Total Body Transformation, the excuse-proof fitness program made for busy babes like you and me to get fit, sweat, and smile. We've been featured on Good Morning America, The Today Show, and in USA Today. All you have to do is simply log in and press play. No boredom, no stress, and no dread. All in just 30 short minutes from the comfort of your own home. Go to tracycampoli.com to get started today.
Welcome back to the Connect Show. So our time's almost up, but I'm so happy as we continue to just celebrate Women's History Month by highlighting amazing boss babes across the Twin Cities, across the country. It's fantastic.
Yes. Who are you guys shouting out for Women's History Month?
Stacey Swain, my mama. Hey, mama.
Hey, Stacey.
That's me.
We have to shout out mamas. That's where I came from, where I get all my inspiration. So, and of course, my daughters. They're not. My oldest is 24. She's a woman, but the other one is in training. So.
Amen. Yeah.
Yes, shouting out all my family, and I'm gonna shout out Meghan Markle for that interview because that was a lot.
Girl, that's right. Allie, what about you, girl?
I got really excited about this topic. All of you ladies, of course, inspire me every single day in my family. But another lady that has always inspired me was Estee Lauder. She had this quote that said, she never worked a day in her life without selling, and she was just like a business genius of the 20th century. She started out selling like 4 products, and now she owns like 28 different beauty companies, which I think is crazy. Well, I mean, she's passed away, but she was undoubtedly one of the most powerful businesswomen, which I love.
And her son just released a book. He's like 80 plus years old. I purchased it and it's fantastic. Just came out last month. You should check it out, Allie.
Ooh,
and just like Mary Kay, I'm gonna get to Mary Kay next week as we continue to celebrate all the amazing women. I had to get to my mama first, but yes, Estee Lauder, Mary Kay, these boss. Can you imagine like early 1900s doing all of this? Man,
no.
And no.
She was a boss babe back then, right?
Yes, that's right.
Let's talk about Oprah. Millions tuned in watching that interview with Meghan and Harry. Let's talk about it. Were you able to watch it?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it, loved it. She's so great. And without her, you don't get some of these interviews. She's such a great example of like using your power and influence for a purpose. I love it.
It was super shocking to me and honestly really heartbreaking. I was super mind blown about a lot of it. And it was sad that it took that long for someone to realize how trapped they had become in their royal home.
I agree. And I think this is why they just have the rule that you can't marry Americans, because we ain't about to do all that. No, we're not do all that. Now, Kate was with that, right? I mean, that's her life, right? I mean, but she's fine with it because this is what it's a dream to be a princess, right? A queen, all of these things. But man, that's not sounding like the dream to me.
It is not going down like that here, people.
You know, the current state of the world right now with Black Lives Matter, I feel they're going to get some major backlash.
I agree.
I mean, that was devastating to hear, like how I can't even imagine as a mom thinking about you have to protect your child from the world.
Right.
And now I have to protect my child from the folks who are in my immediate space is exhausting to think about.
Girl, the taking of the driver's license, the taking of the passport, like you can't make this stuff up. It's insane. But I'm so happy that we got that sneak peek, and shout out to Mama O, the ultimate boss babe, right? The ultimate woman making history. So love it, y'all.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with their digital company, Archwell. So hopefully there'll be some good content coming out of there.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, if you are new to the show, this is what we do each week, influencing and inspiring women in business and female entrepreneurs.
And if you've missed any of our episodes, head over to Natalie's Network on YouTube to binge watch them all. We also have the Connect Show South Florida and the Connect Show Twin Cities. So tell your girlfriends, check out their local listings, and get caught up, ladies.
And Connect Show Texas. I almost forgot about Texas.
We'll see you guys next week for more of the Connect Show.